What's up, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I'm going to show you guys how to get the achievement Be Quick or Be Dead. This is for Glory of the Draenor Raider, and it's from Iron Maidens and Blackrock Foundry. What you have to do is you have to kill all three of them within 10 seconds, which this fight's like really not that big of a deal. We got the achievement, we killed this boss in literally 2 fucking tries, okay? So, oh, and we had about 670-ish item level average of this group, okay? Some people higher, some people lower. We've got some alts in here and, whatever else. We're not going to talk really too much about the basics of the fight in terms of the mechanics that you're normally going to encounter in the fight, but we are going to talk about them just a little bit so I can kind of lead up into the 20% phase, because the 20% phase is when this fight really starts. Now, as you can see under them, they have a little bar of it's like a rage bar. But whenever that rage bar hits 30, they gain a secondary ability, and whenever that rage bar hits 100, they gain a tertiary ability. Now, the only time that their rage bar is really ever going to hit 100 is whenever they reach 20%. Now, the first Iron Maiden to reach 20% gives all of them a 100% rage bar, and so that's kind of like your enrage phase. That's the DPS race, and the reason for that is that on top of gaining a tertiary ability, they also gain a stacking damage buff that lasts until the end of the fight. And so the longer they're alive, the more damage they do, and so it becomes harder and harder and harder. And so that's why you want to save your heroes and everything like that for about 20% so you can push them down. And also, I wouldn't really wait to save it until towards the end of the fight because you might have people dead, etc., etc. Personally, I would say just use it as soon as they hit 20%. And you'll see their bar go automatically up to 100, and so you know when it's going to happen. It's not like it's really a big surprise. The three main abilities that they're going to do at 20% that you're going to have to deal with now are going to be, Admiral is going to create a little turret that shoots rockets, as you guys will see in just a second there. It shoots rockets kind of in a circle and you go in between them. It's like if you ever fought Bowser in Super Mario World, it's just like that in the intermission phases of the fight. And so this is trust me, I've been preparing for this for pretty much my whole life, and I think I did get hit by one of those still, which I did that in Mario too. Anyway, you want to make sure that you kill those turrets, and the reason for that is that she can cast more than one of them, and you have 3 turrets going around, you're going to have problems. Turrets don't really kill you, but they put a debuff on you, and so if you get the debuff, make sure you pop a cooldown. Was it Enforcer Zorka? I'm not sure exactly which one. It doesn't really matter, honestly. One of them is going to put a debuff on you, and it's a little dot, and after 8 seconds, it's going to do a certain amount of damage to you. As you can see, it's on Giswiki in Group 1, and so he should pop a cooldown whenever the dot ends, so it doesn't kill him, but it only took him to half health. He's in full mythic gear, and also maybe he did pop a cooldown, I have no idea. And also it only does about 200,000 damage, but you don't want to be in it. You don't want to take full damage from that, especially because there's other shit going on. Now, Marak, what she does is she has something called Sanguinary Strikes, and what that's pretty much going to do is it makes all of our melee attacks that actually hit the tank, it makes them cleave pretty much and hit everybody in the raid for not as much damage, of course, as she's hitting the tank, but it's still a good amount. And so you want to make sure that you're doing that. Also, make sure that you're standing in the line for Penetrating Shot. If you don't know what that is, that's a very simple ability. It functions the same way as Skiers Aim did in Paragons of the Calaxy, except for you don't have the cleave mechanic whenever you have a bunch of people standing too close. So anyway, whenever they get to about 10% or 5%, then you can pretty much start avoiding the turrets or ignoring the turrets. And what makes this very difficult is you can't just kill one of them, and they have a lot of health, and this fight's a very long fight, and so you want to make sure that you don't just have one that kind of just gets ahead of the other two, and keep them stacked up as much as possible, of course, for cleave and everything like that. And see there, we've got one right in the middle of us, and it's just that's really, really bad whenever that happens. We shouldn't be having those guys there at all. But it's just very important that you're on top of that stuff, and that's on your range and everything else to be able to pay attention and kill those turrets, because those turrets cause people all kinds of problems. Also, because you have to run away from rapid fire. There's just 1,000 other things going on during the fight. And as soon as they reach about 1 to 2%, you can have everybody pop their cooldowns and AoE them down. We got this achievement, it happened very easily for us, honestly. And so I wouldn't really say that it's going to be too hard. As you can see, it's maybe 4 seconds. And so we had plenty of time to spare, and you guys really shouldn't have too much trouble with this as long as you make sure that you're able to, control them and control the abilities and avoid the mechanics. Avoiding mechanics and being able to deal with those is probably going to be the biggest part of this fight. But anyway, guys, that's how to get the achievement Be Quick or Be Dead. So that's pretty much all I got. Thanks for watching, and comment and subscribe.